Hello, friends. A Ukrainian attack drone. Worried about the news of fuel shortages affecting the civilians of the invading horde, he decides to go check directly. How are the prices? And what if the anti-drone defenses at a Gazprom gas station in a Russian border town are properly installed? Let's just say it didn't pass the test. In any case, so that our local group of Russophiles doesn't lose hope, reinforcements for their idols are already on the way, in this case, in the form of an IL-76 strategic transport aircraft of the invaders, full of bukhankas and assault quads. Damn, watching this video, we can see that the Russians are really bringing their best equipment to Ukraine now. I can't help but think that the fuel for the plane costs more than all the vehicles inside. Wouldn't it be awesome if they dropped them with parachutes? On the air front, a Kamov K-52 attack helicopter launches an Igla anti-aircraft missile at a Ukrainian FP-1 drone. The missile miserably misses its target and keeps going, surely until it finds some Z-Horde vehicle with an attractive heat signature. Ground witnesses urge the pilot not to give up and fire another missile. From here, we fully support that suggestion. Changing gears, in a clear sign of the growing competition for control of the maritime domain in the Baltic Sea, a Danish naval drone, Dornborn X-Wave, had a tough encounter too close with a Russian naval force on June 25th, approximately 30 kilometers southeast of the Danish coast. The device was anchored while actively testing advanced radar and sonar systems developed by the Danish defense companies Therma and My Defense. Operating under the Danish flag and with its automatic identification system active, the unmanned vessel positioned itself in an area known for limited coastal radar coverage to conduct exercises evaluating its surveillance capabilities. At that moment, a corvette from the Russian Baltic Fleet approached with its AIS transponder turned off. The warship, 104.5 meters long, with an approximate displacement of 2,100 tons and a crew of about 100 men, approached to within about 200 meters of the unmanned vessel. From its deck, the corvette launched a small reconnaissance drone that flew over the Danish ship just a few meters from its mast for several minutes. The operators of the unmanned vessel sent instructions to the artificial intelligence agent on board the X-Wave to take advantage of the opportunity and create a complete profile of the corvette using radar and electro-optical and infrared sensors. Thanks to this, it was able to identify its hull number as P531 and individually tag the crew members visible on deck. The radio frequency sensors also detected and tracked the control signal of the Russian drone. All radar logs, sensor data, images, and videos were quickly transmitted to the Royal Danish Navy. The Danes have been particularly busy working side by side with their Ukrainian colleagues in developing a wide range of naval attack and reconnaissance drones, leveraging combat experience from the Black Sea. The Finns and Swedes have enthusiastically joined these efforts, and they already have a well-stocked box of surprises in case Ivan decides to carry out some of his special military operations in NATO's lake. On the technological front, Russian forces are testing a new cartridge for heavy machine guns called Any Dronin. This 12.7 by 108 caliber ammunition is used by Russian weapons such as the DSKA, the NSB, and the Cord, and contains several pellets instead of a single conventional bullet. In the test sequence, we see how the cartridges are loaded and fired at a wooden board where multiple impacts can be observed, illustrating the spread produced by the ammunition at relatively short combat distances. The name Any Dronin seems to be derived from anti-drone, a concept that the Russians have been experimenting with over the past few years, with specialized infantry ammunition in different calibers, as well as specific cartridges for 12-gauge shotguns, designed to increase the probability of hitting small, fast-moving aerial targets. This new 12.7 variant represents an expansion of that concept to heavy weapons, probably aiming to generate denser clouds of projectiles for point defense functions around positions, vehicles, or infrastructure. While traditional heavy machine gun projectiles are excellent against lightly armored or more distant targets, the buckshot approach prioritizes volume of fire over accuracy and long-range penetration. The results observed in the published video indicate effective spread and multiple hits on static targets at close range, although ballistic performance will surely degrade quickly as the distance to the target increases. Speaking of air defense, the groups that the invaders are using to try to protect their supply convoys and the rear of their units are having quite a summer. Orange, but orange from explosions. All courtesy of the medium-range attack mosquito units, whose operators have top priority orders to take out all of these groups. This clears the way for comrades who continue patrolling the roads of Zaporizhia and Donetsk. This strategy is quite logical, since training an anti-aircraft gunner takes time, just like manufacturing a specialized vehicle equipped with a suitable machine gun. It's remarkable how the defenders went from chasing pantsirs to bucks, and now they're after some guys running around in armed pickups. SEP. This special military operation is going just as planned. A unit that is participating enthusiastically in this campaign to eliminate the invaders' anti-aircraft groups is the 422nd Regiment of Unmanned Systems Manned Luftwaffe, which has been systematically attacking the fire groups for several weeks. Russian mobile fire groups, using their Ram-2X and Bulava loitering munitions, which work to clear safe corridors for the Hornet reconnaissance platforms. The 422nd Regiment is commanded by Major Mykola Kolesnik, call sign Tyson, and operates mainly along the Zaporizhia axis as part of the 17th Army Corps. This unit has specialized in medium-range attack operations for over a year, so it is likely that their experience has been fundamental in the design and implementation of the campaign against Ivan's rear. Their arsenal includes the Bulava and Ram-2X loitering munitions, both locally manufactured. With AI-assisted flight that allows them to identify and track their targets in the invader's rear without being affected by enemy electronic interference. Both carry a 3.6 kilogram thermobaric warhead that they can deliver to targets located more than 120 kilometers from the front line. These systems usually work in teams with reconnaissance drones that act as spotters for detecting and classifying targets. So the fact that so many of these munitions are actively destroying air defense groups indicates a clear intention on the part of the Ukrainians. The Russian mobile fire teams emerged as a response to the growing threat of Ukrainian reconnaissance and attack drones. They are generally made up of pickup trucks or light trucks equipped with heavy machine guns, sometimes complemented by electronic warfare equipment. These units rush to intercept the UAVs as they fly at low altitude and are reported by observation posts. However, their mobility, which used to be an advantage, is becoming a vulnerability, since they have to expose themselves to do their job. Once detected by the sensors of reconnaissance drones, they become slow targets that Ukrainian attack drones can hunt before they can change position or respond to the attack. This approach is already yielding operational results, because by neutralizing the anti-drone barrier, the 422nd Regiment can map and coordinate attacks against the logistical convoys that supply Russian forces on the southern front. For those who want to see additional content, we invite you to subscribe to our Patreon, where for just $1, you'll have access to uncensored war videos. Visit our store and discover items from distinguished Ukrainian units. Each purchase directly supports United 24, contributing to reconstruction, civil aid, and defense. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel.